Grand Raw Rising, kings and queens. Grab your coffee or your tea and enjoy some sacred healing space for all ages and reflections that are welcomed. No matter if you're at work, watching the kiddos at home, or even driving on the road, Rising with Raw is a beautiful sacred space to learn about the chakras as well as receive our collective card reading for the day. Along with this, we will have beautiful guests and members of the tribe come on to share their gifts, their practices, knowledge, and wisdom as we self-empower and become aware of who we are as we go forth by day.
Walking like an Egyptian. Walking like an Egyptian. Walking like an Egyptian. Walking like a...
Kings and queens, grand day. It's Crystal Light, your sacred pharaoh of the space. On this Rising with Ra, we go through the Lemuria Oracle deck and we receive messages and supportive energy surrounding freedom. And I give a little bit of keys and helpful tips that I utilize in my daily life, such as remembering not to seek or to become freedom, but to remember that I am always free and that can never be taken from me. Tap in for some more wisdom surrounding freedom as we also explore a little bit of self-care as we take our first self-care break after the reading. And then we go into our chakra of the day, which is going to be the stellar gateway. And to assist us with our stellar gateway chakra, we connect with the former Titan, who also helped the Olympians of the Greek gods, the bringer of fire, Prometheus. And then we wrap up the space with a wonderful stellar gateway clearing and activation with the orange gold flame of light from Prometheus. Enjoy the episode. Feel free to leave your feedback or anything that you'd like to reflect upon or that you got downloaded during this video. If you are someone that would like to be a guest on Rising with Ra, you may direct message me, Marcus Crystal Light, to set up an episode. Ashe. Welcome everybody. Grand Rising, Grand Day, wherever you may be in this present moment. Thank you all for tapping in and rising together today on this Wednesday, or whatever it is that you end up tapping in and being a part of this Rising with Ross space. And welcome Kaya, Divine Sister Kaya Mack. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. And for everybody out there, we are going to be continuing on our series as we left off at the Soul Star Chakra on Monday. And with the Soul Star Chakra, we heavily connected with the goddess Isis to receive beautiful, motherly, unconditional love, as well as any wisdom or support on the mental clarity of taking leaps of faith and continuing forward with our purpose. You guys can check out this episode of Rising with Ra surrounding Goddess Isis and the Soul Star Chakra on the YouTube channel, Sacred Light Healing and Wellness. And thank you all to my subscribers, and thank you to all of my followers here on Instagram. Greatly appreciate all of you, and thank you to all of you that are active Sacred community members and active in sharing in the comments and continuing to feed and build the community atmosphere that we have. Thank you to all of you, as you guys are the ones that make the community with myself. So we have today and then Friday, and Friday will be our last episode of Season 4 of Rising with Ra, and we'll be closing out with the Higher Heart Chakra, and we'll be connecting with Mary Magdalene on Friday to cap off Season 4 of Rising with Ra. We'll be doing Higher Heart Chakra and connecting with Mary Magdalene. But today, on this episode of Rising with Ra on this Wednesday, I, your host, Marcus Crystal Light, Sacred Pharaoh of the Space, I will be taking us on a journey of exploring today's chakra of the day, which will be the Stellar Gateway Chakra. This orange and gold energy center is heavily tied to beings like Metatron, who's actually the guy that we connected with last time around for the Soul Star Chakra. And you can find that episode on the YouTube channel as well. And it's also tied into our Merkaba light body, our Merkaba light body vehicle. Along with our chakra of the day, the Stellar Gateway, we will be connecting with our spirit guide of this space. And our spirit guide of this space is not talked about too often. And I really wanted to bring some justice to the name and the energy and archetype by shedding some light upon this being and this archetypal energy and what it's done for humankind and creation. So, the Stellar Gateway deals with our geometrical codes, our coding, our patterning, and other things like that that tie into our soul blueprints. So, our spirit guide of today on this Rising with Ra, to connect with our Stellar Gateway, which correlates with what I just said, these properties of our geometry, We'll be connecting with the Greek god, who is actually formerly a Titan that helped out the Olympians and Zeus. And he goes by Prometheus. Prometheus is the bringer of fire and was also someone that helped shape, create, and form humankind. So a little bit later on in this live on Rising with Ra, we'll be learning and connecting on a deeper level with Prometheus, the Greek god, and we'll be correlating Prometheus's energy and archetype to a stellar gateway chakra activation and clearing towards the end of this live. So before we begin our chakra and spirit guide connection, we will be kicking off with our traditional oracle card reading, and we'll be using the Beyond Lemuria Oracle deck. (2023) Mother Gaia, third dimensional planet, ascending into fourth dimensional collective consciousness. Azor,
Grand Rising Captain.
can you give me the update on third dimensional planet Gaia?
Yes, Christo, with pleasure. Gaia 3D currently is under critical condition. It seems there is a large amount of humans that have forgotten who they are, causing confusion, division and war driven by fear.
Thank you, Azor. Before we head down to Gaia, can you give me any information about the 3D world, as it's been a while since I've been there?
Sure, the 3D Gaia. We will face much resistance from negative polarity beings as a dual plane. Karma and Dharma are in effect. There is free will. It will be wise to protect our energy and hold love.
Alright, thank you, Azor. Sounds like we have quite the task at our hands. But that's why we're here, and that's why we've been called upon in the Galactic Federation to go down to planet Gaia, the 3D realm. Alright, Azor, let's get ourselves ready to go. Let's hit the time portal and make sure we land in the present day, Mother Gaia, third dimension. Whoa, oopsies. Yeah, not that one. Okay, let's try this one. Maybe this is the portal. Oh yeah, Azor, this is a little too far in the future. I think we need to kind of go back a little bit. There we go. Perfect. Modern day Earth.
Captain Christo, as we approach, I will prepare our guest suite on the mothership for the souls we hold space for. Oh, and Captain, I will be sure to leave plenty of storage for earthly food delights to take for our travels.
Oh my gosh, Azor, you never fail to make me laugh. You know those earthly delights? That good old food of earth. Absolutely gotta have that food of earth. Thank you, Azor. Alright. It is time. It's time to make our way down to 3D Gaia. To hold space, show love, compassion, bridge the conscious collective, and help provide knowledge and wisdom and tools so fellow souls can remember who they are, live in a unified mind state with a harmonious being, with holistic, conscious practices and tools that they may access efficiently and quantumly.
Welcome aboard. I am Azor. Please get cozy. Grab a tea, snacks or crystals as we prepare for a sacred light conversation. The sacred holding space is down the hall to the left. Wholeness, balanced love.
Azor! Hey.
Grand day, Captain.
Well, first of all, Azor, what is taking so long with those cookies that I asked for? And number two, now that we have our sacred guest from planet Earth that is here to share their story, their wisdom and knowledge for the rest of the tribe, can you go ahead and pull up their background and go ahead and share with the rest of the tribe a little bit about our sacred guest on this coming episode?
Crystal, I had to get more cookies from the store they call Whole Foods on Earth during our stop with your diet. 2 minutes on the timer. Our sacred guest, Lisa Kavanagh, based out of Ontario, Canada. Lisa is an intuitive energy therapist, certified hypnotist and regressionist, and a Reiki master teacher. She is also an active member of the National Guild of Hypnotists since 2019. Practicing for 8 years, Lisa received her first-level Reiki certification in 2014 and master's in 2017. She graduated in 2012 with high honors from Centennial College's Addiction Studies program with a certificate in counseling skills.
Gracias, Azor. Thank you so much. Thank you. And I cannot wait for those cookies. I'm so glad you got them. I appreciate it. Thank you for expecting my diet. And they should be ready in just a moment. Just in time for the podcast. How perfect and divine timed. And for everybody else, to the rest of the tribe, get cozy and enjoy this Sacred Light conversation with Lisa Kavanagh out of Ontario, Canada, as we'll be exploring hypnosis, holistic healing, and how to be conscious and self-aware of your energy field. Feel free to leave comments and feedback. Wholeness, balanced love. Chocolate chip cookies. And I just want to announce to everybody and let everybody know that my Sacred Light Conversations podcast is about to get popping again. We're about to get some wonderful sacred guests to hop on the mothership to share their wisdom, their light, and help us be able to grow as a conscious community and bridge with each other our resources, tools, and anything else to help us become more conscious and more in tune and more in balance with our being. So Sacred Light Conversations is my podcast name. I have about 16 episodes out already on my YouTube channel, Sacred Light Healing and Wellness. And you guys can find it under playlist, or you can hit podcast. It'll be right there. And coming up on 12/12, this beautiful, grand numerological, oh my gosh, numerology, oh wow, hold on, it's a tongue twister. Numerological, I don't think I can say it right now. On this numerological, wow, I never struggled with a word so much. Numerological day of 12/12. I'll be dropping a new episode of my Sacred Light Conversations podcast on YouTube. And I will be featuring a divine sister from Canada, the Ontario area. And she actually was a guest on my podcast back in 2019 when I first started. And her name is Lisa. And she is a Reiki master. She's a hypnotherapist, a regressionist, as well as other holistic energetic practices. So she'll be joining us on the Sacred Light Conversations podcast for our episode to talk about some very, very important and very helpful things regarding, transitioning into a more conscious and healthier lifestyle, as well as some other topics surrounding hypnotherapy and the integration process, and what the integration process can look like through our awakening and going through, life-changing situations on your spiritual journey. So just keep an eye out, subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit that little bell so you can get your banner notifications on your devices, and then you can just be reminded and you can be in tune with all the latest content, whether it's my podcasts, meditations, or other online shows. You'll be all good to go and you'll get notified every single time. Alright, so our Oracle card reading of the day here on Rising with Ra from the Beyond Lemuria deck. Wow, I've never struggled with a word so much before. Numerological. Oh, okay. Okay. So our card of today from the Oracle is freedom. 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 Okay. So what I'm feeling here is freedom. How much are we allowing ourselves to explore the freedom that we are birthed with? Or should I say, how much are we allowing ourselves the opportunity of not limiting ourselves? How much are we opening up to allowing ourselves to know that we can explore new things? How How much are we allowing ourselves to know that it's never too late to make the changes we want to make in our life? How much are we remembering that we have complete free will of choice that cannot be taken from us? And our free will of choice in each moment dictates the next outcome of our reality. Are we remembering this freedom that we have, that is instilled within us in the very fabric of our creation, that cannot be separated? Now I'm also hearing, are we doing the things that are going to support our reality as being in freedom? As in, are we clearing attachments that we have that are keeping us bound to the karmic world, or bound to earthly desires and worldly affairs? Or are we clearing out these cords, these attachments, these experiences that are continuing to bog down our energy, that are continuing to dampen and feel limited in our belief system? Are we clearing out old emotions and scars of the past? The reason why I ask these questions is because these factors can contribute into how much you're experiencing the freedom of life. Sometimes if these focuses are not being addressed, it can really take us away from being present, being grounded in our reality, being fully engaged with our human life. So for me, when I think of freedom and being free, I know there's a lot of this, but for me, it's not about seeking it. It's not about finding it. It's not about becoming free. It's about remembering that I already am free in this moment and in every moment. No matter what's going on, I am still always free because I have free will of choice and energy. I'm going to repeat that again. For me, it's not about seeking or becoming free. It's remembering that I already am free and always free in every moment. Just remembering, not becoming, not seeking it, but being and knowing that I already am free. It becomes a mind game that has constantly been played in this world, constantly been supported and boosted in this world, is the mind game of externalizing what we already are, therefore causing us to externalize our power to seek something greater or something separate, which is not even real. It's an illusion, and a delusion of an illusion at that. Instead of reminding us and giving us the tools to remember to access what we already are, and that is free. We already are free no matter what. The choices that you're making right now, the thoughts that you're having, the energy that you have, it's all free. And yes, there's consequences to every choice that we make. Every cause has an effect, every effect has a cause. Hermetic principle. But that doesn't take away from the fact that we still have the freedom of choice. It's just about becoming aware of and learning the mechanics of what we're in. The mechanics of what we're in, what we're a part of, what we are as beings, and being able to harmonize. So freedom is our oracle card for today. Go ahead and read a little bit out of the book. Divinatory meaning. Bring a deeper sense of freedom to a situation. A limitation may be a state of mind. A shift of perspective can help bring a sense of lightness and choice. Also consider what freedom looks like to you. In the bigger picture of your life, you are feeling stifled in an environment. It is up to you to make a change. Have pleasurable moments of practices that cultivate a sense of greater freedom in your day-to-day life. If you are currently experiencing greater freedom, you may be feeling unsettled. Consider whether it is the kind you are looking for. If you feel ungrounded and lost, perhaps you can add some structure to your world to optimize your freedom. Beautiful. Oh, I'm also seeing here too, unbound creative expression, choice over obligation. I really like that one. Choice over obligation. The choices that we're making in our life, are we dictating our choices off of obligation or from pure intention of our heart or pure higher intentions? I'll repeat that question again. And it's not really requiring an answer or anything, but feel free to share if you want to share anything. But just something to ponder upon inside your mind. Are we choosing our choices based off of a sense of obligation or a catering to others? Or are we making our choices off of our own pure intentions? Just something to think about. It definitely alters the way that your reality is playing out and the way that you're mentally perceiving your experiences. Is if you're coming from the energy of obligation or from the energy of pure divine will and love. So just think about that when it comes to your life and where you may be holding on to needing to gratify others, or maybe people please, or maybe you're in fear of reactions and change. Just keep in mind the behaviors that you exude whenever you're in that type of feeling and energy. Oh, blessings, Genesis. Blessings, King. I don't think you're here at the moment, but I don't have TikTok. I appreciate the invitation. Alright, so that's our card reading for today on Rising with Ra. We have freedom. So just remember, from my sense of the way I see it with freedom, being free is For me, it's not about seeking or becoming free. For me, it's just remembering that I already am free, and just continuing to remember and embody that remembrance. You don't even have to take on any limitation that someone believes. Someone could say something that they believe as a limitation about what we're capable of, how long it takes to do something, if it's possible to heal something, so on and so forth. And just remember that you have the freedom to not have to believe their belief. You can accept their belief as something that they experience and that they want to believe, but you also have that freedom to not take in that programming and to not take in that belief if you don't want to. So keep that in mind. I know it can be a very people-pleasing tendency, or a feeling of fear, or a feeling of fitting in, to just go ahead and agree with what people believe and say, instead of actually sharing what truly resonates intuitively for you. So just keep in mind of that. Just keep in mind of that. All right. So now that we're done with our collective oracle reading, we'll go ahead and navigate into our chakra of the day. But first, we're going to vibe out a little bit. We're going to vibe out a little bit. We're going to vibe out a little bit. Oh, most welcome. Absolutely, it's a pleasure. It's an honor. We're gonna vibe out for a minute. Let's kind of decompress and let go of that reading. About to do some self-care. Feel free to join me if you would like. Do some self-care, self-massage, lotion yourself up, whatever it may be. Grab your oils. We got some coconut oil, lemon, cypress, clove, cinnamon bark essential oil that I'm about to put into my good old cellular biological system. I tell you, man, self-care is where it's at. That's what we're gonna start doing now. We're gonna do self-care breaks. We're gonna hit up the breaks with self-care. Take care of ourselves together. Give ourselves some love. It's amazing what we can do with just coconut oil, essential oils. We got all this extra stuff out there. All these extra ingredients. Self-care, self-love. Oh yeah. It's amazing how lightening that energy can be after something like that. Cocoa oil and myrrh. Let's go. Get it, girl. We're taking care of ourselves in these spaces. We're taking time out of the lie to have self-care. Oh. Cocoa oil flow. Mixing and matching the elementals and the different herbologies you see. The coconut oil is heavenly. It's got my skin feeling rejuvenated, soft and clean. I'm out here shining like the sun. Ra, rising. This is the way that we flow. Here we go. Marco, Cristo is what they like to call me, but I don't know if I even like to be called a name, because I'm more than a name in a body frame. So I just keep elevating brains so people can remember the mainframe of who they came here to be and see. It is another heavenly embodiment, bridging the high and low frequencies inside of me. I am the one, the sun, the moon, the balance, the in-between. That is something like a formless shape-shifting identity. Ooh, okay. How we feeling? Sometimes I just really feel like freestyle and just busting it out all of you guys. But then I'm also just like, no. No, I'm not gonna unleash that fire on them. Maybe on the last one on Friday I'll bust it out all the way. Hydration check. Make sure you guys are drinking clean water. Clean water. Alright, our jam session is over. Now we're going to get back to the business at hand. And that is Rise with Ra. Sacred Light Healing and Wellness is a sacred safe space and container to help bridge and streamline the collective conscious. Along with this, providing spaces and holistic energy healing practices to help uncover our hearts and strengthen each other from within.
Beautiful, brother. Thank you.
So that we may tap in to the awareness of our sacred light within. If you are someone that is looking for sacred space, looking for conscious reflection, conscious guidance, as well as receiving energy in particular practices that are able to help with shedding layers, becoming clear, gaining wisdom from our past experiences, as well as strengthen our relationships and bringing balance and harmony into our everyday well-being. Here at Sacred Light Healing and Wellness, I, Marcus Crystal Light, offer my holistic quantum healing services of Reiki, personal customizable guided meditations, light language activations, crystal healing, soul origin and Akashic meditations, chakra empowerment, intuitive life guidance, and oracle card readings. These services are all available to you today through my holistic energy healing practices. You may contact me, Marcus Crystolite, on Instagram, SacredLight33, Facebook, Crystolite Robbins, email marcustut23@gmail.com. Contact me today to inquire about a service or to ask any questions on your healing journey. Wholeness, balance, love. Alrighty. Thank you all for joining me as we took that self-care break. I'd love to know what you did for your self-care. Feel free to share, Kaya. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and go over our chakra of the day for our chakra education on Rising with Ra. Ooh, excuse me. Alright, so our chakra of the day. This is going to be the Stellar Gateway Chakra. Stellar Gateway Chakra is continuing in the 12 chakra system as we identify it. And it's going to be located 18 inches above the head. So if you remember, the last chakra we did was the Soul Star, and the Soul Star was located about 6 inches above the head. So the next one up is Stellar Gateway. This one's about 18 inches above the head. Oil and myrrh neck massage. Very nice, girl. Love to hear that. Love to hear that. Myrrh is one of those beautiful OG ancient oils. Highly recommend it. So 18 inches above the head is the location of the Stellar Gateway. Now, as I was saying before, with the Soul Star, there's not going to be as much going on with the chakra, especially when it comes to like physical traits, because it's not encompassing the 7 chakras of the physical body. But the hertz frequency that directly resonates for the Stellar Gateway is 16,384 hertz. That's 16384 hertz for people that love that sound healing. Shout out to my sound healers and all those that love using frequency healing. It's a very good way to integrate subtle energetic energy into your space. Energetic energy. I really said that. But yeah, you can use frequencies any time of the day. Play it in the background, through headphones. You know, frequencies are so nice. The color for this chakra is going to be golden orange. And then characteristics of what this chakra brings into our human life. It is direct access to our soul origin or soul lineage awareness. It is where we access our Merkaba light body vehicle. It is also the energy center that connects us to our higher purpose and our soul blueprints. And then it's also the galactic energy center. So if you like to access galactic knowledge, galactic history, galactic beings, galactic energy, galactic councils, Stellar Gateway is where you can access these type of energies. And then lastly, it acts as the crown chakra of the 12 chakra system. So just how the crown chakra is basically, the top, the crown of the 7 chakras, which connects us to our light body and allows us to be able to receive light codes and light energy into our physical being. So the Stellar Gateway acts as the same way, but for the 12 chakra system, as it is basically the 9-dimensional bridge that allows 9-dimensional energies and above to be able to siphon into your aura and into your energy body or your etheric body. Pretty important, especially if you're someone that is, a light worker or starseed, and you're trying to come more in tune with your highest blueprint and your soul purpose. So blockages in the Stellar Gateway can look like experiencing disconnection from your higher self-consciousness. And when I say disconnection, that's quote-unquote disconnection, because you can only experience the illusion of disconnection, as there never truly is disconnection, as all is the all. Nothing is separate. But we can experience the illusion mentally of being disconnected. And that's really deep, what we're telling ourselves in our mental programming means everything. So if we're telling ourselves that, we're separate from God, we're separate from certain energies or powers, and that, we're not related to it, it's not within us, it's not in our very fabric of what we are, then we're telling the universe that is what we want to experience. That is our reality. So the more that we continue to unconsciously do that, the more that we continue to tell ourselves these limitations, then the more we're going to experience that on our pathway, because that is what we're putting out to the universe. So just be wise about what limitations and bounds you're placing upon your own self. It can even look like, you're feeling lost and confused a little bit, or uncertain about, your spiritual connection or your life. It could be as simple as a little affirmation of just saying, I am connected with Source, or I am connected to higher guidance, and I can allow it to come through. So many different ways that we can redirect ourselves. But the final blockage in this chakra that I put down, it could be having blockages in the connection of integrating our light body codes or soul blueprint mapping into our aura and physical being. So just as I was explaining, it's that bridge, it's that connection to allow your light body, your 9-dimensional energetic codes and above to be able to integrate into your aura and into your physical body. This is Ascension 101 right here. Like, if we're someone that is truly about the ascension path and embraces learning more in-depth details behind what it truly means to ascend and what the ascension process is like, this stuff is Ascension 101 right here. Is coming in tune and coming into awareness with how these chakras function and what they are and how the whole system is and allows us to be. And when you can understand these chakras and how they function, then you start tapping more into the blueprints, the roadmaps of our being, and how to be able to self-master and become truly in the awareness and embodiment of the alchemist you are. So that's our chakra of the day, the stellar gateway. Now, our spirit guide of the day, to help us with clearing and activating our stellar gateway. Our spirit guide of the day is correlated to the Titans, as well as the Olympians and the Greek gods. And our spirit guide is going to be Prometheus. Prometheus was the famous Titan god of fire. His name is thought to mean forethought. He is credited with molding mankind out of mud and clay. Unfortunately, his desire to improve the lives of his creations resulted in constant conflict with Zeus. Often regarded as a trickster, Prometheus first tested Zeus by tricking the gods during a sacrificial feast. He then stole fire from the gods up in heaven and gave it to mankind, resulting in years of torture. This gave mankind the ability to harness nature and use it for their own benefit. With fire, humans could elevate their existence with warmth and cooked food. They could also forge weapons to defend themselves and wage war. Ultimately, Prometheus's flames acted as a catalyst for the rapid progression of civilization. Zeus, to turn his anger towards humanity, chained the Titan to a rock and had an eagle tear apart his liver day after day. Each night his liver would grow back to repeat the punishment indefinitely. This punishment went on for generations until Zeus's son, Hercules, eventually came to his aid. To honor this act of bringing the fire to mankind, the Athenians in Athens held a race in which teams of runners passed a flaming torch from one teammate to another. The final runner of the first place team had the privilege of using the torch to light a sacrificial fire on Athena's altar at the Acropolis. The race soon became tradition and marked the origin of the Olympic flame ceremony, still taking place today. Wow. So that's a really cool, fun fact to learn, I feel like. Even if you're somebody that's not really into sports or athletics, it's really cool to uncover and come into awareness of how the Olympic flame ceremony and the lighting of the torch was created and what it's based off of. So that's really cool to know that that is what that came from. It came from the symbolic story of Prometheus basically. So to put it into like a simple context, it's basically saying that Prometheus, instead of holding the knowledge, holding the light and secrecy, from the public and from mankind, instead felt the desire, felt the will and the love to take knowledge, take wisdom, and take the fire of life and shine it upon humankind, so humankind could become more self-aware, conscious, and intelligent about knowledge and self-mastery. So that's basically like, a simple way to explain what this story is of Prometheus with bringing the fire to mankind. It was basically bringing more light, bringing more awareness to the ignorance, to the darkness of mankind. And that comes with learning how to create craft, create weapons, create music, and other things that light brings to life. So that's Prometheus, our spirit guide of today. Fits really well with the stellar gateway because of the molding, the shape-shifting of mankind, the creator attributes, and with the stellar gateway, being our blueprint, our geometrical patterning, and where we access our codes for our being. It's perfect for me, or at least to me, I see. Alrighty. So that's our spirit guide of the day, Prometheus. Alright, so that being said, we have our guide and our chakra for this Rising with Ra. So let's go ahead and get ourselves comfortable. And you can grab your crystals, set up your altar, create your sacred space how you would like to. Burn some sage, grab some water, and we're going to go ahead and take a break for a couple of minutes. You can use the restroom or whatever you like to get comfortable. And I will guide us through a stellar gateway clearing and activation with the fire of Prometheus. This will be a wonderful guided journey with the breath. It'll be a meditation. And it might involve some light language as well. So we'll go ahead and take a break. Then we'll be back in a couple of minutes and we'll get things flowing. welcome back. Welcome back to Rising with Ra. So just real quick recap for everybody out there. In this Rising with Ra space, I opened us up with a collective oracle card reading from the Lemuria deck, and we talked about the card freedom and the energy of freedom. Some really good reminders about being free and remembering your initial freedom of sovereignty, and some other messages surrounding it as well. And then I also educate us on the stellar Gateway Chakra, which is the chakra of the day. And I also connect us with Prometheus, our spirit guide of today. You guys can watch this all on the replay here on Instagram, Sacred Light 33, or on the YouTube channel later today, Sacred Light Healing and Wellness. Thank you to all subscribers. Thank you to all supporters. Really appreciate all of you. So now we are going to be doing our chakra activation and clearing. So just go ahead and get yourself comfortable. And you consider lay down. And if you're sitting, make sure you have your back straight, supporting your spine. And you can use a pillow, couch, the edge of the bed if you need to. If you're laying down, making sure you have your legs straight and not crossed, so we're not blocking the flow of energy and out of the soles of the feet. And then we're going to be checking in with our shoulders, making sure that we're dropping our shoulders, releasing any tension. Elbows are loose, arms are loose. And then next we're going to check in with the jaw, making sure we're not clenching our teeth. And then lastly, checking in with the hands, making sure we're not balling our fist. As you get comfortable, you can now direct your focus to the breath. For this practice, we are going to do a little different breath style than typical. And this breath style is going to be in threes. So it's going to be 3 inhales together at once, and then the exhale. For example, it'll be like this. Three inhales through the nose, exhale out of the mouth. So it'll be like So we're going to continue this breath pattern. 3 inhales in, 1 exhale out. And it's going to help elevate our energy. It's going to help uplift our frequency. And with that upliftment, it may cause releasing of energy. It may cause a rising in emotions, a rising in buried thoughts, as well as other attachments and wounds throughout the being. So just know that this may surface, this may occur. This is a natural part of your healing and holistic process, utilizing the breath, meditation, and these other beautiful therapeutic forms. So just know if anything does arise within your being, that you can continue with the breath, move through the energy and transmute, that you are supported and loved. And if you need to cry, scream, anything, move your body, shake, whatever it may be to release any stuck energy, any stored energy, you are absolutely safe to do so and supported to do so. So back to our focus, continuing to breathe. 3 inhales in, and then 1 long exhale. You may close your eyes and begin to focus inward, focusing on the breath. Staying with the breath, continuing to breathe. As you breathe, you may let go of any expectations. You may let go of anything that is keeping you from being present in this moment, whether it's about later today, the future, the past, the last negative occurrence that you had. Whatever it may be, just allow it to drift away from this present moment. Staying with the breath, clearing our being, becoming lighter with our energy, and letting go of the physical world, as it's all energy. It's all connected seamlessly, including you and me, our environment, this live. It's all connected seamlessly as one. No separation, no real borders. We're all flowing here as one energy. Staying with the breath. And as you breathe, begin to feel a warm, toasty, fiery energy. This warm, toasty, fiery energy from above begins to trickle down from the heavens. This warm, fiery, golden orange energy begins to flow down from the heavens and make its way to the stellar gateway, 18 inches above the head. As we continue to breathe, staying with the breath, this golden orange flame of Prometheus, given by the gods, the divine, begins to melt and flow into the stellar Gateway Chakra. As we stay with the breath, feeling and allowing ourselves to be, being open to receiving this divine light of fire, the fire of creation, shape-shifting and molding our being. And as we breathe, this fire begins to mold, dissolve, and form the being. Supporting and forming the being in alignment with our organic, whole and full DNA blueprint mapping begins to come online and activate more, clearing away any blockages, any imbalances, any dead organisms within the being, all being dissolved, transmuted. This eternal flame begins to flow and scorch through any limited beliefs, any attachments to body consciousness. They begin to dissolve and clear away with this eternal fire of Prometheus, helping the being remember, helping the being naturally embody and be in alignment with its infinite, eternal potential. Remembering your divine beauty that is within every energetic surface of who you are, inside and out. This divine beauty within you begins to shine and to flow deeper to the core of your being, and shines and expands, more expansive through the skin of your being and into your energy field. This pure golden orange fire begins to fill the inside of your being, from toes to all the way up to the head, and makes its way into your energy body and surrounds your physical being with warm, enlightening, fiery energy, clearing away any feelings of disconfidence, sparking and energizing your courage and willpower to co-create. Remembering more and more in each moment who you are and your purity and your truth. Remembering our connection to Divine Source within and around. Seeing no separation of ourself in this world and all of creation. Allowing the blueprints of this truth to flow through your being. Letting go of any resistance. Letting go of the need to attach, to validate, to be in fear. Just allowing unconditional love to flow through the being, to clear away and release, even if it's hard, even if we have to take some extra breaths. Allow yourself to let it flow so we can create space to allow more love. Itiana ukuapa ianatia suko ukiana maya uyata yama uaya maya kuaya miyam uacha mayam uata yamayam. As you breathe, your gateway is cleared and bridged. Your gateway of your higher light body, your higher self, now has a clear gateway passage and is streamlining in this moment. Downloads, higher light codes, and your essence with your physical being and the rest of your aura. With this channel, this bridge flowing nicely, we may now continue on with our day, reestablishing and clearing this connection of our stellar gateway with the rest of our being. The fire of Prometheus engulfs around our aura, providing protection, love, and enlightenment at any time, as long as you just allow yourself to access, tap in, or just remember that it's present with you now. Staying with the breath, begin to navigate your way consciously back to your physical avatar and your physical environment. Allow yourself to integrate however you need to. When you're ready, open your eyes, move your body. Shake your body for a little bit if you need to. Take a big old breath. Take a step outside into the sunlight. Take a step out into the grass. whatever it may be for you to integrate back into your physical human. Namaste, and thank you. Thank you for being here. So anytime you ever want to do some deeper exploring with your soul blueprints, your mapping, your light codes, or anything regarding your higher self and your light, such as sacred geometry and patterning, you can always tap in with Metatron as well as Prometheus, as they are great creator beings that are able to help you with the blueprints and mapping of creation codes. Whew. Wow, that was beautiful. Thank you again for everybody that was tapped in and received. Thank you to our guides. Thank you to the Mother and Father of creation that all is. And yeah, just truly blessed. Blessed to share these spaces, to be present with all of you. Alrighty, so that'll do it for today's episode of Rising with Ra. Thank you all for tapping in and rising together. I want to wish you all a beautiful rest of your Wednesday, or whenever you tap in and watch this episode. Enjoy the rest of your space and your time, and I will see you all on Friday for the last episode of Season 4, as we'll do the Higher Heart Chakra, and we'll be connecting with Mary Magdalene. So I'll see you all on Friday. Everybody have a blessed day. Wholeness, balanced love.